Greetings, mortals, and welcome back to Arkmode, the Mandate of Tole. When last we left off, we were getting the crap beaten out of us in Gharik's forge, and I have a suspicion that I'm going to need to pull out of here. One thing that I will do,
I really wish I could help.
looking around my inventory just now, and I noticed that this was broken. But you have to actually right-click it in order to know that it's broken, because it's the same color when broken and when fixed. So...
I really wish I could help.
Ooh, I have another antique. Fortunately, it's an antique. This is of a very low base value item. So, ooh, plus 11 hourglass. That's kind of cool. I'm gonna slap that on. Save the game. And I just realized that I just made it so that I don't have enough mana to cast down Portal. Whoops. Okay, so let's see here. The next room is going to be particularly rough. And I would kind of like to come here and with the ability to actually disarm the traps on the chests. I'd like to be able to loot things if I'm going to be here. So I'm going to go upstairs. And save this. Let's see, we should probably get a wizard eye up. Sad. There we go. Most expensive wizard eye spell ever. There's this door here, which I have not opened yet, and I'm thinking maybe I should. If I can start to accumulate a bit more stuff, I might have a better chance. I could also try to go into that other treasure room that I haven't been to yet. So there's an option as well. I'm not sure how to open this door. Oh, you know what might be? It might be. Here, I'm gonna check this. Because I'm thinking that it's here, right? But there's no reason why it has to be there. It could be... Nope, it can't. Because this is a little further away. You can see there's a little tunnel there. I stand corrected. I guess we'll just have to... You know, it could be one of these switches, so let's... start throwing switches and see what happens. Yeah, so I'm gonna start throwing switches and see if I can figure out a combination that opens up that room over there. You know what it could be? This hadn't occurred to me. There should be a switch on the other side of this thing over here. So what happens if we throw that switch? That sounds like something opening. Yes, it is. There we go. So we managed to open this treasure room.
Yes.
Ooh, a scarab ring. Cool. Now the problem is that I don't think we're going to be able to open either of these chests. Never mind.
Yes.
Plus 8 endurance and some really trashy stuff. And we're actually able to open both of these. We have a Guardian Helm, which we can enchant. We have Remove Curse. That's kind of cool. Long Dagger of the Troll. Plus 15 endurance and regenerate hit points over time. Interesting. Now, here's a question.
I don't know.
Yes. I don't know why I was even asking that as if it's a question. Do I want to equip that when I am not in combat? And the answer is yes. Wholeheartedly yes. So, I'm really glad I opened that chest. If I hadn't opened that chest, I would have been very sad. So let's cast Heroism. I'm thinking that I want to try to take these guys out. If I can't take these two out, then I don't really stand a prayer of going into that other room. So I might as well at least try it. And what else can I do here? On the plus side, I know I don't have to worry about the status effects as much. You need to equip Spear. Now, I can't just put the thing in my offhand, which probably would be a bad idea anyway, because it would really dramatically... Well, it wouldn't reduce my damage when I'm doing these sort of lancing attacks, which is all that I've been doing. So there's that. There we go. So we've got one down. Unfortunately, it's the weaker one. Let's save this. This guy's probably too far away. That was a complete waste of some HP. Ashcore hits very hard. Okay, so we just cleared out this room, which is good. It is now 1 PM. She just went insane, which is not good, obviously. I'm going to save this, open this up, and that is an ornate trident.
I don't know.
A big item. Let's see how it compares. 26 to 41. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take off this hat, put it on her. And we're going to get out of here. I'm going to head back to New Sorpigal and start drinking from that SP fountain. Whoa, that's scary and dangerous. Oh, hello. Interestingly enough, it looks like some of the dudes from the previous area are now over here. Wait, what? There is a magician over here on fire. And there's some other enemy that's following me around in this room. There we go. So we can try to kill this fire elemental. Operative word here is try. That's not good. I think I'm gonna reload. Because I don't have the mana to regenerate. Actually, you know what? I should stop doing that. When I have someone die like this, I should not be just reloading automatically. Come on. Ah, not quite. Not quite, guys. Alright, let's get down here. I'm actually gonna charge this guy. There we go. And I'm gonna cast Raise Dead. And now I can start healing people, I guess. What I can do is actually just slap that dagger in his hand, which will automatically regenerate his life. It's negative 33 hit points right now. And there's actually some sort of chest here. Interesting. Now, what should I do? I think I'm just gonna stay right here and wait out the storm. There we go. Yep, on now. Teleport to Free Haven. You're going to pick up. Oh, right. I have a lot of healing to go through here. So the Guild of the Mind, if I recall correctly, is back here or something. What's this building here?
Mind, the magic of knowledge.
Cure Insanity. Ooh, Telekinesis. And Cure Insanity. So we have 2 copies of Cure Insanity.
Okay.
And unfortunately, how much mana does that cost? 20. So she has enough mana to cast that. The key is that I need her to be actually conscious. So this item needs to go on him. Just for right now. I absolutely need the maximum amount of regeneration for spell points so that I can get her conscious again. Let's see. 16 more. 11 more. So the 2 of them casting 1 more should be sufficient. And she's been insane for 1 hour. So it'll be very easy to get this insanity condition cleared. Which is good, because if I couldn't clear this insanity condition, it would be very, very bad. Well, it wouldn't, but I don't know, the idea of that character being insane just does not appeal to me at all. One of the really, really nice things about this type of a run, and just in general when you put restrictions on yourself, is that certain things just don't matter at all.
Okay.
And one of those things is that status effect in this game. It's just not that relevant. Because it only takes place when you're resting. I don't know why I moved that.
Good as new. Good as new.
It's in the person who repairs inventory.
Good as new.
Okay, so let's take a look at everybody. Everybody looks to have functioning equipment aside from her. Everybody had perfectly suitable gear except for the person who actually can repair it. That's crap. So, let's see. We've got a noble chainmail here. I got a hat that I need to identify. With a staff. A staff here. Let's go ahead and magnify this.
Aha!
This is a power staff. I'm gonna find a magician dude here somewhere. Now, let's see, the one problem is that now everybody is just completely out of resources. So let's take a look. Is there anything that I need to cure? There's no way I'm curing this insanity effect, I don't think. There's no way I'm going to get up to master mind magic.
How about some
in
trade?
time.
Okay. No. Okay.
So we did 2 levels on everybody. And we still haven't learned expert mace. It's kind of sad. So let's get... Do I want another point in disarm trap? I don't know what your disarm trap has to be in order to open any chest in the game when you actually have mastery. I'd rather not waste points. As for her, I haven't needed any higher identify item yet. She wants more her magic skill. This would not hurt, actually. Well, it doesn't have a purpose in the end game, actually, now that I think about it. Shield we don't need in the end game. There's fly, which will increase the duration on that, but I don't think it's worth it overall. I think that that's basically just like putting points into meditation or something. It just gives me more mana to play with. Let's just dump some max skill, I think. Yeah. As for her, do I have any reason to need higher skills? You know, I could use telekinesis to bypass that trap. It's expensive, but I can do it. Let's see. 1 day per point of skills. Way more than I'm gonna need. Heroism, shared life, bless. So, what is this? Thing I want to know. I'm gonna check what that skill is. Because I now actually have almost every spell from the Spirit School. So I might as well check what they all are. Is this building here? Yes, it is.
Spirit, the magic of life.
So... Turn undead. Turn undead, I don't know if that works or not. Oh, actually, one thing that I have been misinforming you guys about is the party order. Apparently the party order does not matter from an aggro standpoint. I actually looked that up earlier, and that's something that I recall from hearing from way back when, but apparently I was misinformed. So let's save this. And I'm just gonna keep loading until I get my town portal off, because waiting around on mana is not exciting. So we're gonna teleport to town port, to the Sorpigal. Not gonna town portal to town portal. Cast enchant item on the scarab ring. I've got a good feeling.
I really wish I could help.
Let's see. You know what I should do is actually start selling some of this crap that I have. Because I have a lot of magic stuff that I'm never going to use because it doesn't have a singularly interesting effect. So, cold resistance. Electric resistance. And this is actually pretty decent. Ooh. That antique was worth quite a bit. I think I need this. I'm actually going to hold on to that hat. That seems extremely overpriced for that kind of a hat, so it's probably got some sort of enchantment on it that I want. Well, not necessarily that I want, but it does have enchantment of some sort on it. "14 electrical resistance is really good. 4 cold resistance is not terribly amazing. Yeah, I don't think that I found this chest. Every other key that I've found and used is no longer in my inventory. I'm going to have to go back to Bootleg Bay at some point. Actually, I don't think I can. No, I can't town portal there, which means that I'm never going to be able to go back. So,
Come again.
sucks to be me, I guess. Let's see, we can go ahead and enchant this. Or not. Oh, by the way, I will be reloading for mana for Town Portal. I won't do that for something like enchant item. I just have to make sure that I'm not using it when I have something else that needs to happen. Because it'd be cheesy to do that. So, let's see. I'm going to go ahead and cast Power, but I'm not sure I'm going to cast it on. I think I'm going to cast it on herself. Because her damage output is pathetic. There we go, so now it's 13 to 21. That's much more respectable. So who has the hat? She does. Okay, so we're going to cast another enchant item. It will work. It's cold resistance. Plus 5 speed and accuracy. I think we're better off with increased armor class. And some resistance. I'm actually going to cast one more of these. And this has plus 6 spell points. Just going to dump it on her head. And I actually will go store the rest of her mana here. So let's save the game. This is definitely the status effect edition of Might and Magic. We have 6 poison and disease effects combined, and the insanity effect. Life is going pretty good for us. Let's get a proper weapon as Since he doesn't have any HP to regen. Save the game, cast Water Walk spell. And keep going. You know what I should have cast was Fly, so I could check that place out over there. I'm not gonna spend the mana on that though. Sound like it. Not worth it. I have other stuff to use mana for right now. Over there is just the obelisk, I think.
Hi there.
We have 96,000 gold coins just sitting around. Pretty impressive. Okay, so the other thing we need to cast is Wizard Eye. We'd love to cast Wizard Eye. Any day now. There we go. Okay, so there's nothing in this room that we are in. I can cast Shield. How long does that last? 2 hours. It's not bad. It's not great. I'm actually curious whether there's a opening in the wall over here. We might have to check that out at some point. Oh, hello. I should probably cast Heroism. Okay, so we have one less fire spirit in the world. So slowly over time we'll be able to finish off more and more packs as we go in and out of this dungeon. So let's keep going. We can now cure insanity, which is nice. We can save the game, which is also nice. So there are a lot of wizards in this room. And it's kind of a steep viewing angle, and I simply do not trust it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here. And yes, I was able to get some of them to go into the corridor. And I can fight them in a different room entirely. So let's save this. Now, those guys look like... There we go. So there are 3 of them at least. Looks like 4. So that's actually a very nice split. You managed to split the room neatly in half. The guys in this room over there. This is such an amazing room to fight these guys in because of the fact that we can do that. I'm gonna take a look and see if I can get them to go. Yeah, there we go. So we got them into that corridor. There we go. So they've split up even more, which is kind of appealing. But Another thing that's really nice is even just where they are is not that bad a place for me to fight. Or maybe it is. It's slightly too far, and they are completely desynced, which I don't like. Cast spells. So the one on the right can't actually, or sorry, the one on the left, the one on the other guy's right, can't attack me with the current positioning. So if they just stand here, oh, nice. The other one came in. So it looks like nothing happened, but what actually happened is the other guy got replaced. Kinda cool. Let's keep attacking this guy. Cast another heroism. Oh, there's another guy here. I didn't notice him. It's actually a substantial issue. We'll now have two of these guys beating on us, which is more than I'd like. I can keep up with one of these guys without too much issue, but I don't think that I want to tank the damage of two of them, especially since it's all... Ooh, here we go. There's one magician down. Save this. It's too bad I don't have preservation, huh? Let's cast shield. Now, I'm not sure if this is a position that I can fight him, and yes it is. This is a position where I can fight him and he can't attack back, which is exactly the kind of position that I like to be in. Yeah, when you're gonna take on things that are way out of your power league, you need to get used to manipulating doors and things like that to your advantage. So I'm gonna go in here and miss. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's plus. So there's a warlock dead and two magicians. So that's two mid-tier guys and a high-tier guy. Which is very sweet. 17,000 more experience. That isn't that much. That's practically nothing. And unfortunately, as you guys can see, those guys are on the other side of a thing that I don't like. Did I just increase my disarm trap skill? I don't actually know. I'm gonna save this and check whether I did increase it or not. If I did, I didn't increase it by very much. Alright, what I'm actually gonna do, because I can... You know what? No, I'm not. And this was not an explicit part of the run, but I wasn't kidding when I said it was embarrassing to have a trap explode in your face. I am not going to use telekinesis to get that trap open. It's just... no. If I can't open the chest properly, then I'm just not going to open it at all. Now, here's a question. Let's get them away from this chest if possible. I'd like to get these guys to go out of that room. So the question is, can I get them to do it? Oh, there's a dude over here. What's up, fire dude? So she just had something break.
I don't know.
Interesting. Apparently, if you have a broken, unidentified item, the act of repairing it will also identify it. That's kind of cool. It's like, well, I didn't know what it was before, but through the process of fixing it, I figured out what it was. Which makes perfect sense. I mean, I actually highly approve. There we go. Actually, don't have anything to enchant here. I could enchant his spear. I'm gonna do it. Oh, jumping in the air. I just keep getting antique. It's just sad. Absolutely no combat value. Now, I can't get any of the enchantments that I really want
Got him.
by casting that spell, unfortunately. What I'm really looking for is an Axe of Darkness. I don't even care what kind of axe it is. All that matters is that it's an of Darkness axe. I'm probably not going to run into that for a while. That's something that I might not run into for half the game. And I might not run into it at all. It's, I think, a really rare effect to find. So, yeah, I don't know how I'm going to get into that room. This room might be a lost cause, because there are 3 of them and they're trapped behind a chest, which means that they're not going to approach me at all. So I'm just going to go over and continue onward for now. Can I get some of these guys to enter? Because that'd be kind of cool. They would come to me. The problem with that corridor is that those guys right there that are standing there, they can shoot me no matter where I'm standing in this corridor. There's no way to... block the path, so to speak. I guess I can just do hit and run tactics at the doorway. Oh, maybe I should cast arrows. And a little thing we call Bless. It's never good when you pop around a corner and do the damage. Whoops. Went too far forward. There we go. So let's save this. Unfortunately, this is a huge pack in here. This is not some room that only has a few enemies in it. This is a room that's just jam-packed with enemies. So, 18 minutes on protection from electricity. I'm going to recast. Now, the reason the protection from electricity isn't something that I want to invest in the long term, and why the spells in the elemental field are simply not things that I terribly want to invest in, is just that there are better options to do the same thing. Can I get you to go somewhere else? It doesn't look like I can get this guy to go somewhere else, and that is an issue. Because I can't fight him there. That's just not even a theoretical possibility. With that in mind, what am I going to do? Now, I'm tempted to just open the door and go through the other side and hope that I can finagle something
Fixed.
over there. That is an option. 65 days cursed. Okay, we're going to cast a power cure. And these guys can attack us, so we're in deep shit.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. So, same problem in that room as I had in this room, where even if I'm standing directly in the corner, it doesn't block the attacks that they're attacking me with. So, it doesn't prevent damage from coming in. This is going to be a really rough room. I'm going to try popping down the... Oh, Jesus, there's a bunch of fire elementals here. Mistakes were made. Mistakes were made. Now, I can try to move around, like upstairs or something. Just get experience for it. I didn't get experience for that, did I? No. Okay. I think I'm gonna go over this way and check out the friends over here again. It looks like they are in fact still exactly where I left them, which is fine. Now let's see what I can do to manipulate the movement patterns of these guys. Looks like not a whole lot. Nope, that guy... There we go! Perfect. So we got one of them to run all the way into this corridor, which means that we can now beat him up in that corridor alone. Never mind, he has a friend. So that might make my life exceptionally difficult, depending on what kinds they are. So let's get the hat on her. Save the game. By the way, another thing that's important is that you do technically have an unlimited number of skill points. You are not permanently weakening yourself if you suboptimally use points. So I do have the ability to increase my spirit skill, for instance, and it doesn't really cost me anything. I could be doing it, but it isn't fitting for this type of a run, I don't think, to place points suboptimally. I feel like part of the challenge is doing it that way. So yes, there's no reason for the stupid way that I'm handling stuff like that. So giving myself chain armor in the beginning of the game does not have any penalties associated with it. There's absolutely no reason not to do that, as an example. Let's see. Arkmode is in many ways like Goofus and Gallant. And I will be swapping between roles depending on the individual interests of a particular mechanic. So, let's take a look here. We do have the unicorn thing on, so she's going to be regenerating. I am actually going to swap on this dagger, because I'm going to go wander up here. I'm going to see if I can't pull off that same crap that I just did, where I got those guys to go exactly where I wanted them. Looks like there's only 3 or so of them left. There are those fire elementals in the passage, but they're not terribly relevant, I don't think. And it looks like the ones that I'm actually getting to go where I want are coming from that hallway. So there's one in here. Just came out of that hallway. Save the game. Oh wow. These corridors suck. These are the crappiest walls ever. Okay, so there's another weak one down. Unfortunately, it's not a stronger one, but we'll survive. Looks like there's at least 4 over there. There could be more. And how are we going to handle our friends over there? Because I don't think that I can actually pull them across. Those guys I don't think will go across to where I am. I think I'm going to try to do this. That was a total failure. So let's get the healing touch out. That's not enough. So basically, I need to do a better job of getting across. Without taking any oopsies. Okay, so that is not the definition of a better job, that is actually the definition of a dramatically worse job. Okay, so that guy's dead. And with him being dead, if I do leave the dungeon and come back, he will remain dead, which is nice. I'm actually thinking about town portaling back to New Sorpigal and restoring my SP on my healer and restoring my HP and all that jazz. I think that that might be the best thing that I can do right now. Yeah, I'm gonna try that. And I'm gonna fail. So I guess we're not gonna do that. I guess I'm just gonna cast Wizard Eye instead. Now, under normal circumstances, I will do that. I will, what the hell? I will just reload for a town portal, but not when I'm in the middle of a dungeon. If I fail to cast a town portal in the middle of a dungeon, then it feels really cheap to bypass that. Now, I might be able to get this thing to go into the, yes I can! And I don't even need to go upstairs for it. Cool. So we can just go back downstairs, and then we can beat up this elemental. And we could just slowly progress through this room. I seem to recall this being one of the harder rooms in the entire dungeon, actually. So, if we can get through this room... Oh, is he up in the frickin' ceiling? I think he is. I can't actually attack this guy. He's too high up. High ceilings are for the birds, guys. Gonna save this. And I'm gonna just... Oh, I'm just gonna die, apparently. I really wish that I could see this guy. Okay, so I can hit this guy if I jump. Cast heroism. It's way too high up in the air. Jesus. There we go, so I actually can hit him. Not from here. I can hit him at the very apex of my jump if I'm in the exact correct position. Unfortunately, if he ever runs away, there's no way for me to hit him at all. And unfortunately now I can't hit him because he's just pinned in a corner so high and so close that I can't actually see him to even try to attack him. So I'm just going to have to move and hope that I can get him to move as well. Because with him up in that corner, it's going to be very difficult to accomplish much. Unfortunately, I'm going up here, which is just going to encourage him to fly further up in that corner. Let's take a look over here. These guys are still putzing around. Yeah, those guys are still gonna cause problems for me. Let's make sure that we're not insane on her. We need one party member to be sane. I don't think it's safe to have a party exclusively governed by lunatics. You need the sane one in the party to handle business. So let's save the game. So we now have two of them pinned in the absolute corner of this room where they cannot even theoretically be attacked, which is problematic for me. Let's take a look here. There's a lot of fire elementals here, and it looks like that goes back toward the first room. So we found the area where all those guys are accumulating from. We have to load because the healers are all unconscious, which means that I can't heal. Try this again. We are going to cast Protection from Electricity, which we should have had active the first time. Ooh, one of them moved. That's good. So since that guy moved, maybe I can get him to come back to a useful location, like. Wait, what? That is a lot more than one dude. Crap. I hate fire elementals so much. Okay, so I'm going to just have to run through this room because I can't actually hit these guys. They're just gonna take continual pot shots at us, and there's nothing I can do about it. Okay. Celery is up. This room has a bunch of enemies in it.
Okay.
Unfortunately, because I was running, I just didn't have the healing throughput to get Celery up. But yeah, if I can't drag them out of this room, I don't see how I'm going to be able to fight them. This just isn't a good place for fighting. Ooh, this is actually a really good spot. So if I could manage to get all of the elementals somewhere that they can't hit me, which would mean not in that alcove over there. Like up here, I think they're fine, because I should be able to go under this bridge. And under this bridge, I think I'll be able to block all of their attacks. So maybe I can kill the mages from under the bridge. Can I attack him? No, he's not close enough when I'm at the apex of my jump. Which is unfortunate. There's a lot of fire coming my way. Actually, some of them are lower to the ground now. I'm gonna go over here. And I'm just gonna chill here for a while. My hope is that they won't all be in the very upper corner anymore. Yeah, look. This guy is lower to the ground and thus attackable. So we can manipulate these guys to an extent. All that needs to happen is for their elevation to go down a bit, which it did for whatever reason. I don't know why they flew down from the ceiling. Fire Beast is dead. Fire Spirit is dead. That is big. So we just killed 3/4 of the spirits over here. Unfortunately, the only one that's remaining is the fire elemental, but that's okay. And this elemental does not appear to want to come down in elevation. Is the one that's in the ceiling? Yeah, this one is so high up that I can't actually see it at all. Fitting that the most powerful one is also the smartest one. So now that there's only the one, Oh, right, those. Oh, right. The ones in the hallway. Okay, I'm actually going to try and get up this room. And this is not going to end well. Okay, I needed to check. I can't just charge through to the next room. I was hoping that maybe I could go into the next room and then find a pathway back that will work, but that was not the case by any stretch of the imagination. The other thing that I can do is I can move that elemental by just running into the room. Let's see if I can get it to do something new. Doesn't look like it. It's still flying at the very highest part of the room. Oh good. We have another elemental coming our way. If I can get... Seriously, if I can get all of them out of that tunnel and into this room where I am, then I should be able to utilize the, I mean, I can kill this one outright because it's in a place that I can attack it. But in addition to that cool aspect, I can also negate the damage from the ones in this room, I think. All I have to do is go underneath the bridge. But I can't do that as long as there are ones outside this room that I need to be concerned about. So... But yeah, these corners are actually really, really bad compared to the normal corners. I don't know why, but for whatever reason, the amount of cover that you get from them is much lower than normal. So one thing that's an issue is that I actually haven't aggroed everything that's in the side room over there. There we go. So we're actually getting to the point where we're going to kill this guy. We finally got a pattern down that will allow us to attack him. I think it's actually a female. Well, I guess it's an elemental. Elementals, they aren't male or female. Elementals are genderless entities. Save this. Oh crap, now it's stuck in the corner again. Ugh. I'm gonna have to reset it, which means I'm gonna take a boatload of damage. Okay, maybe I'll take one hit and then be fine. Same difference. Let's save this. This is really sad. finally got a hit off. It's been a while since I actually got a hit. Because I was hitting him in a nice pattern before, and now that I'm off the pattern, I'm just not hitting him at all. I'm actually going to head down here. And yes, there are enemies behind me, and there's quite a few of them. So... I'm actually going to go aggro all these guys. That was a lot of damage. Oh, so much damage. Oh good, I actually hit him that time. So, let's save this and then walk right into them. It's good plan, guys. Full of good ideas. Okay, so I'm going to actually just head down. And then I'm going to go back because those guys are still down there. Unfortunately, they're now flying away from me. But on the good side, no, that's not good. There's nothing good about what's going on right now. The thing that was in the room with me is now moving away, and I do not want that at all. I want it over here with me. So, one thing that I guess I can do... Save this. I'm actually going to check what happens if I go over here. Are they going to follow me? Yes, so they are going to follow me. Okay, so they're now in that corner where they're supposed to be. Hello. So we can actually kill this fire elemental outright here. Unfortunately, it was the same one that we had already entered before. I don't think it's getting close enough to attack. No. It's not getting close enough to attack. And now it's just chilling in the corner. Okay, now it's actually pinned in the corner and attackable. So, if we kill this, we'll have cleared out pretty much the entire room of elementals. I think there might be one or two. No. As of right now, there aren't any in that tunnel. The problem is that there's all these that are over here. And there's... oh wow, there's two here. There's the concern that these guys will start... yep, and this guy's already showing intent to do exactly that. Basically, these guys could, when I go down here into the bridge, just start moving around the corner and attacking me. And if that happens, that would be very sad. But yeah, this is 3 fire elementals, so 3 of the strongest form of element. Ah, you know what? That would explain why Ash isn't doing any damage. Let's save this. Let's give Ash a proper weapon. Regenerating is all well and good, but you have to actually regenerate a meaningful amount. Otherwise, you're just kind of wasting time. So those 3 elementals are dead. Let's see what I can do with these guys. If I can get him, this one right here, I need to get it solidly around this corridor so that I don't have to worry about it. Okay, so it's now moving over where those other ones are. I feel much safer with it there, so I'm going to try this. Oh, that's not good way. Wizard I want. But yeah, I think we're safe. I think that we've got this. Oop, never mind. There's the flying elemental is behind us. So we have to just hope that that elemental isn't going to cause enough damage to be a meaningful problem. I'm actually going to do this because the Sali is now completely full on HP. One more down, and we're actually going to manage it. This is amazing to me. We've got this. We've got this room dead. We've killed most of the wizards already, and there's just the one left, which we are fighting. Well, actually, there's more than one left. One of them's a sorcerer, though. It doesn't count. Okay. Cleared out. I guess there's an elemental here, but it's... I don't think the elemental is a huge deal. Oh. And then it just flies up and away. Gonna take so much damage just fighting this one friggin' spirit. It's crazy. That's what happens when you have to actually fight them properly. So, we need to keep an eye on what's happening with this giant pack of elementals. Because they can do very unpleasant things to us. Okay, so this is a room with... calling the cover scant is a serious overestimation. I'm gonna go over here. Pop upstairs. Want to see what I can do to manipulate their movement. Because if I can actually get some of them to come out of that room, that would be awesome. Yes, okay, yeah, they're not following me. So we're gonna have to... Ooh! Okay, so we got two of the elementals to go into the corridor here. I would like to clear out as much of this dungeon as possible, and that does include all these elementals. But again, it just kind of depends on whether I'm able to hit them. Some of them are just going to be chilling in places that I can't really fight them. So hopefully these guys are just going to chill exactly where they are. Because right now I think they're in melee range. Around this corner. Oh, maybe? Where the hell are these guys? Okay, so they're apparently attackable. There we go. I don't think the Warlock can hit me from here either. They're only attackable when they're attacking, it looks like. Because their arms flail out and... So we should be able to clear this room. If we clear this room, then we'll have yet another room that we don't have to worry about. She doesn't even have Mordred, it's Ashley does. Okay, so that is both the guys that were in that corner. Let's see. This guy is... Yes, this guy is actually in attack range. So we can kill this guy. And that's... This is all that I see in this room. So there might be 2 warlocks here, but it doesn't even look like it. That's it. That's all, folks. Useless crystal. Useless crystal. All these useless crystals lying around. So let's save this. But in some ways, this game is a lot easier if you actually do clear out all the dungeons, or all the rooms. I remember how hard this place was for me the first time that I played it. And I was substantially more powerful, it's just that I didn't really make an effort to try and kill everything. And I think that if you don't kill everything, then it makes your life really, really hard at certain points. So I'm gonna try to just charge across. I don't know what that button does. I think that just teleports you upstairs to where I am already. So let's take a look. I'd love to be able to attack some of these guys, but I don't think they're going to let me. They're really far in the corner. They're literally unattackable right now because they're so high up in the air relative to the ground, which is conveniently for them lava. So this is just a lone sorcerer. I can deal with him relatively easily. And they are still in these corners, I think. Yeah, they're just chilling in the very corners of the room. It's not possible to kill them right now, because I don't have anything to attack them with. I guess I could try killing them all with poison spray, but that is not going to happen. So there's some warlocks in here. We have been here before, ladies and gentlemen. More warlock fights, so... I don't really foresee this cadre of warlocks being any different from the previous ones. It's just going to be about finding the way to get them to where I want them. And if I can get them to where I want them, then we're fine, and if not, then we're shit.
Good as new. Good as new.
So I'm just gonna cast Lucky Day, I guess, on her. So as an example of my life being easier if I clear out the rooms, if I had that room cleared, I'd be able to maneuver around here very easily and sort of try to manipulate the movement of the enemies in that room. As it is, because I can't kill those guys, I also can't just move freely between this room and that room. Oh, come on. That guy wasn't even visible. So that was the worst possible way that I could have moved. Save this up. Get a good couple hits there. Yeah, so we got some damage in, didn't take any in return, just how we like it. That time we did not get what we like. But sometimes you can't get what you want. So next attack, he will start charging me. Maybe not. Okay. Sometimes they'd mix it up just to mess with me. Oh shit. Oh. Loading it up. Problem is there are quite a few. Oh, actually, there are quite a few of these guys. There's 4 of them in the room. Can I? Okay, let's see if we can. Nope. Okay, so going behind that corner doesn't actually even help me. Because I'm too fat and I stick out the side.
Good as new.
Oh, that's important. Okay, so we do not have full damage output coming out now. Oh boy. We have injured one of these down by like 60%. And we have an entire party of unconscious people now. I don't know why he's moving so slowly. Yeah, this is a bad, bad thing. How to handle this? The obvious thing to do is to figure out a way to get these guys to come out of that room. Because as long as they're in that room, I can't take pot shots at them properly. So let's see what I can do here. It's way too far out. So, here we go. One of them's moved in a weird and interesting manner. Two of them have... No, that's not good. So now they're all going back to the middle as soon as I go over here. Let's take a look at what happens when I do this. Will any of them... If I can get that guy to stay where he is right now, that might do what I need. Doesn't look like he stayed. Okay, so we died. Let's load it up. And yeah, the fact that we can't go back through this room without taking a bunch of damage is really crappy. But I don't think there's any way for me to kill these guys. They're at an elevation that I can't reach. Flying over lava that I can't walk on. I guess, theoretically, I could, like, jump at them. Or spend about an eternity casting poison bolts at them. Neither of those sound like my idea of a good time. But this is the last room. So it is fitting that it's the one that's going to cause me the most trouble. Maybe... if I just head back to New Sorpigal... I guess there is that other room. It's pretty much the same idea, where the enemies are in a place where I can't take free pot shots at them. Right here. Same basic issue with that room that I'm having with this room over here. Now, I could just use telekinesis on that chest. I could get that chest without needing to even fight these guys.
Fixed.
It would be nice if the repair item skill prevented damage to items. I mean, it makes sense to me. You'd think that basic maintenance of the items would be something that they could do. So, like, the actual person with a repair item skill would not have to go in and manually repair their items all the time because their items just wouldn't be getting broken in the first place. But yeah, we did get a decent bit of damage into these guys. So, if we just keep it up, we will eventually take them down, I guess. Well, we will if we actually don't run out of resources first. Oh my goodness. So unlimited. Okay, so he's at negative 32. She's at negative 16. I am not going to heal him anymore. I'm just going to slap this dagger on him and wait. Okay, so in that corner doesn't help me. It used to, but it doesn't anymore. So it's this corner. So I need to go into that corner in order to protect myself. I don't have anywhere near enough spell points to fix that, so. There we go. So we got a couple of good hits. Save the game. Do it again. Jesus. I missed the opening. Okay, so let's save this. Pop back here. Jesus. Save this again, now that we're actually safe. Need to cast Heroism again. I don't have enough spell points for it. So we hit 5 points of damage.
Fixed.
Oh, she's insane. Crap. I need to cast Remove Insanity. Oh god. That's bad. I didn't notice that she had gone insane. Whoa. That guy's doing weird stuff now. I can't actually cast anything on her except Cure Insanity, if I'm gonna
Fixed.
remove that insanity effect. Missed and
No, wait.
one damage. And then she dies. Oh, life is hard. Okay, so... Whoa, Jesus Christ. Really? Okay, so he just stood there. Whoa, what? Not paying enough attention to the guys on the left side. So that guy is in the middle of the room now, and now he's charging straight at me. Oh! One of them is running away. So, we're down to one enemy on this side. Crap. So when I go into that corner, I run into the issue that if and only if those guys move in a very specific manner, I am susceptible to damage there. Yeah, that did it. Yeah, I think I need to just stay on this side. So, -3. I can cast First Aid, which will bring her up technically. 3 hours insane. I could dump an additional point into Mind Magic, which isn't a bad idea just to deal with the insanity effect. So, it's okay. We have 31 points to spend. And it is expected that I'm going to get mastermind magic with somebody, if only to be able to remove status effects more effectively. Oh, nice. Somehow managed to fail to hit me. That time he did not. I don't have Wizard Eye anymore. I don't have Bless anymore. Ah, man. It's just too hard. She's at 20. Cure Insanity on her. She's now weak. Which is an upgrade from Insane, I guess. Though not for what I'm doing right here. So... what am I gonna do here? We've got one Warlock near death. This other Warlock, though, is just not even meaningfully injured. So... wow, I'm having really crappy accuracy right now. I mean, there's no way I'm not in range when I'm attacking here. Sorry, I had some more damage. Okay, so... see. He has -5 hit points. He's actually going to be conscious again soon. That's great. The power of dagger compels you. So we have 2 regenerating daggers. One of them is a life-stealing dagger, and one is a dagger of the troll. I kind of like that. All of the really good weapons that we found have actually been daggers. And Mordred is sort of a given because it's in a specific location. It's a quest item. But the ice dagger that we found that has super high magic damage on it was not a guaranteed item. And then we have the dagger of the troll that we just found. So that's a little bit more damage done to this guy. Welcome back, Ash. And now we can cast Heroism. This is going smooth now in terms of my attack pattern and his. We're probably going to be able to just go straight from here to winning this side of the fight. And if I can... and I can't really, not easily anyway. Maybe say if I can manipulate the way that they're gonna move around. There we go, 34 damage hit. Okay, that is a dead warlock. He isn't even running, he's just dead, which means that he's completely out of the fight. shizzle. That was scary. Okay, let's save this. Let's cast Bless. And we might actually be able to, because of the fact that they're only on one side now, we might be able to do way more damage while in relative steady state. And it looks like we have cleared the room. These guys will not be able to attack anymore. I don't know why I did that. I was supposed to put this over here. Okay, and I'm going to heal her. Start dealing full damage. There's one running away already. And then we've got just this guy left. Okay, all three are running. We just need to be careful when we attack them. That we're only attacking one at a time. There's the first one down. And that's good. At all. That's fine though, we can just raise her. So... it's like, oh. Turns out, you also can't miss when you attack. You don't just have to only attack one. The reason you're only attacking one is so that you reduce your odds of missing. Okay, we just completed Gharik's Forge. There are some enemies in here that we have not killed, but I think that this is pretty dang good for how early we are in the game. Again, we still haven't completed the promotion quest for anyone in our party. Well, we completed this quest. We have our damsel in distress who we've just been bringing along for the ride. Oh, I found another book. Cure paralysis.
Okay.
Okay, so we have two people with cure paralysis now. I found another book. Cool. Keep blind.
Yes.
Okay. Why are all these clerical books? It's weird. Okay, so let's see if we can open this chest. We probably can't. Nope. And so we're not going to be able to open the chest at the end of this, and that's fine. The important thing is clearing the dungeon and killing the enemies, and I will come back to here once I have given myself Master Disarm, and I'll just disarm these then. I am not going to use Telekinesis because I think it's really embarrassing to have to use that, so I'm just not going to do it. There's two chests here that we have to loot, and there's a few enemies that we need to kill as well, but for the most part we're done. So I think that, well, I don't even know if I'm going to kill the enemies that are left in here. I don't know why I'm casting things with her. That's a dumb idea. We should be able to just walk out of the dungeon with impunity. There's nothing in between us and the exit, I don't think. So that's Gharik's Forge done. It's a good thing that I did not attempt to come here on the first attempt. The fire elementals were bad enough. If I had gotten to the mage area, it just would have been a nightmare. This place would be a lot easier, and you could come here a lot easier if you were willing to use bows, because there's a big difference between being able to shoot an enemy from a distance and having to be literally in melee range. Bows aren't better than melee in that regard. It's just that having access to both tools is critically important, because different rooms call for different types of tools. So for instance, those rooms where the enemies are really far away, but they're stuck behind a chest, and I'll just show you this room just to give you an idea. They're all standing right behind that chest. So what I could do, juke this attack, take a few attacks, and sometimes you take one hit, but usually you don't. So if those were all arrows, I'd just be dealing some continual damage to them. As it is, I can't actually get to them without charging all the way into melee with them across the room. So having a bow having bows in the party would make that a lot easier, and that's why we're not using bows, because it's a part of the challenge. But it does make certain dungeons way harder than they would otherwise be. And this is one of them. Because it's a dungeon full of interesting rooms. Alright, so that guy was in range to attack, but then he moved away, so it's not anymore. I just saw that I was directly in range of a hostile. So there is probably going to be some fighting in this room. No. That I was next to someone who was in this room, it looks like. Because they're not in here. Otherwise they would be firing at me. Okay. So that's unfortunate. If there was someone in this room, I would totally kill them. Because we can. So let's cast Water Walking. Now the reason the Water Walking is important is, rather than just waiting on Town Portal, is I'm not going to wait for a Town Portal when I can walk back to town and use the fountain. So we're going to head to the next area now, and the place that I'm going to head is... I'm thinking that I'll be going to the Archer place. That seems like a reasonably good choice. There's a lot of good options, but the Archer place, I think that's where the Initiate Guild of Light is. So that's my go-to. Just so many hit points now. Oh my goodness. 5 HP at a time. And that, what you saw there, is why regen effects cease to be terribly relevant in the late game. Vampiric regen scales with your damage, so that never ceases to be good. But normal, just passive regen, it just doesn't scale to be useful. Bear in mind, I haven't completed the promotion quest. Whitecap, that's the name of this place. I haven't completed the promotion quest for any of my characters, so they would be stronger if... Plus 5 endurance permanent, that's interesting. Can I do it again? No. Okay. I was just curious. So, I'm actually going to do that with everybody. Oh, whoops, I don't have enough spell points to do that. Herp and also Derp. I should have used... Is she weak? Yes, Raised Dead causes the weakness status effect. So. So we got plus 5 permanent endurance for the low price of some slightly deceased characters. Let's take a look here. One nice thing is that it doesn't actually reduce their hit points, it just instantly makes them fall over dead. So they're perfectly healthy, they just are slightly deceased.
How are you?
Pregnant Smithies.
Closed.
So this is an elemental
Magic
guild.
of fire, air, water, and earth.
Nothing that I need.
Can we assist? Luck be with you.
So let's just look around, see what's here.
How are you? How are you? How are you?
How are you?
Oh, I never actually checked this fountain. What's in here? Oh shit. Oh right, I did check this fountain. What am I thinking? Guys, life is hard. Okay, so
Hi. How are you?
you can get Dark Magic
How are
Expert here. It's kind of cool. And I'm gonna cast weakness on her. So, okay. Just confirming who I need to cast this crap on.
Hi there.
Hi.
Okay, I actually need
I really wish I could help.
to give this hat back to her. I'd like to use the well here.
How are you?
That would be just so funny. I'm just like thinking of the conversation that makes the party say, you know what, it's probably a good idea to just fall over dead
How are
from
you?
this well.
Hi. Come on in.
No, seriously guys, I feel a lot more durable now.
Hello.
You were dead, Ash. Yeah, but oh my god, it feels so good. You guys should totally try it. Just a little weird. So, Dark Guild membership.
Thank you.
Let's go ahead and get that.
Hello.
Elemental Guild membership. So let's cast Heroism.
Yeah.
I've always kind of felt that these enemies were meant to be guards of the town, but that the game just didn't have a way of implementing them appropriately, so they ended up just being random enemies that attack you. Because I always found it very strange that they were right next to the town. They're archers, which is the type for the lord of this area. Oh good, I actually managed to cast Fly. Okay, so maybe we should put this hat on her before she gets drained completely of SP and bad things happen. So we're going to start clearing this area out. It shouldn't take too long to clear the majority of this place. And I think that I will start up the next video after I finish up. Not the whole area, but just finish looking around at the towns. So this is a fire archer. But you see in such small numbers that, I don't know, they just have a very town guard feel to them to me. There we go. Oh shit. Crap, I didn't fly high enough. Because that fireball hit the ground underneath me. Oh shit. Okay, we need to get out of here. I forgot about harpies. Harpies are annoying as hell. They're the most frustrating enemy to fight. Because what harpies... Oh yeah, there's these guys that are sitting literally inside the town. These guys had to have been designed as town guards. But I don't think that the game had the way to handle factions. So enemies were either hostile to you or they weren't. Based off of just the type. So you couldn't have some fire archers who were hostile and some who were friendly. That's my assumption. In my previous runs, I've actually not usually killed these things. I've usually just let them survive because it felt like, am I killing this guy's guards? But for this run, it is critically important that I finish them off because I'm supposed to be clearing everything out, so. There we go. So there's a shrine here. There's a door here.
How are you?
So let's save this. 30 temporary might, that's not bad.
Good day.
Expert mace training, finally! Beating someone to death with a mace is a lot like playing the drums. You have to target the hard, bony parts of your enemy so the weapon will bounce back quickly, cocking itself for another strike. I can teach you this technique.
Okay.
That's so cool.
Good day.
That was so awesome. Like, oh, it's a lot like playing the drums, you see? Okay, we'll grab this guy's quest.
Who goes there?
Actually, I'm gonna save this. Just in case.
His Grace, Eric von Stromgard.
So he wants me
Marquis of the
to
Northern Marches.
cure winter. Battle Mages. So 20 years ago, I won an annual archery contest held at Castle Ironfist and held the championship ever since. This is long. So where's the key? Old keep near the southern entrance of his lands. Okay, so we just need to give him the key. And apparently, he has the ability to promote us, but he is not actually good enough to keep his own keeps. So anyway, we've explored the towns here. I didn't find the Dark Magic Guild, which is kind of weird. This isn't the Dark Magic Guild, right? No. So where's the Dark Magic Guild? Anyway, this video is actually already pretty long, I think, so I'm just gonna end it here, and then we'll do this again next time.